Yellow just blocking in the house in my road, gotta make her put it on. She don't like wearing clothes, just left Concord, North Carolina. I was licking on booty in a whole lot of vagina. Eat a boozer with some ice cream, she'll remember you. Ice Cube make it chip, shiver like the winter do.
See me with the crew, I gotta get some food. I see you looking like you do. Had to make a move, make a move.
What's up, y'all? Snid Almighty, aka the Global Dark-Skinned Ambassador, man. Back with another video. Peep the fitted, man. That's called the Corvey, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a black-owned business, man. Black-owned by my brother. If you need your LaCorvey hat, you see that little fly, little golden pin in there and all that, right? You see this, right? Some fly shit going on. You need a hat like this, man? Let me know. I could plug you in. You know what I'm saying? Get it for the low. Get it for the low, you feel me? But I came across a post on DJ Academic's page, and it basically was Kanye West posting on his Instagram, which he rarely does, and he says, from now on, it's Black Future Month and not Black History Month. And you know something? I agree with that shit. You know what I'm saying? It should definitely be Black Future Month and not Black History Month if we even gonna have a 1 month where we choose to focus on our own people. I mean, first of all, we shouldn't be calling ourselves black. You know, race is not really a thing. Nationality is really a thing. But you know, we live in a society where people want to call themselves white, black, brown. Hey, it's more power in your nationality, but we shouldn't be calling ourselves black. Historically speaking, nothing great was described by the term black or called black. You know what I'm saying? Like Angry Man says, some of y'all are aware. But also, hey, listen, anime, Goku Black. There's a reason why they called him Goku Black, right? Now, but I believe we should call it Black Future Month. And instead of focusing on the past, right? Instead of focusing on the past and slavery as they say it was slavery, how they say it was, how about we focus on the future? We take every February, right, to focus on what the great things our people are doing now and what we want to do for the future, instead of focusing on the traitor, Martin Luther King, instead of focusing on even Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey and all these dudes. We should spend maybe like the first week or the first couple days talking about, you know, like historical, like leaders, men and women. But for the future, we should focus on like the inventors that created things that don't get spoken about as much as the mainstream chosen black people. You know what I'm saying? We should speak about inventors. Like, a lot of people don't know, like, the internet really like became a thing. Like, there's like a black man who had like a key role in establishing the internet and things like that, and black people had key goals in electricity and all type of stuff, you know what I'm saying, that we don't talk about. We talk about a bunch of black people who didn't really invent nothing. For the most part, when we talk about them, just, you know what I'm saying, just political leaders and things like that. But let's be more practical, you know. Let's celebrate Kanye for doing what he did in fashion, and let's celebrate Jay-Z for what he's doing. Let's celebrate the no-names, the people who are not famous, but they doing incredible things today. Like, especially black people. Like I say, we got to stop calling each other black, but for the sake of this video, I'm saying black. But so-called black people who are involved in the tech industry and fashion and you know, doing things that are uniting the people today. This should be the month where we highlight more on our positive, more conscious creators and musicians. And because my thing is this, right? You could say slavery is whatever it was, you know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, subconsciously, every February, you're reminded about a loss that you took. If you want to say slavery went exactly how the history books say it, their history books say it, you know what I'm saying? But if you watching the channels of people like the brother Dane Calloway, and you see the facts that he putting out there and the numbers and the dates and him being linguistic and breaking down words and what they mean now and what they used to mean, you think slavery was pretty different, you know what I'm saying? Pretty different from what they saying, you know? And a lot of the most violent stuff was mostly, you know, like prisoners of war, you know? If you're a prisoner of war, the worst things will happen to you. But what if those were more minor, those things happening than what they saying it was, you know? Like, hey, if people who conquered you, they wanted you to view them a certain way so they can maintain a level of mental power over you. They're gonna act like they was the biggest, baddest, most worst people in history, when maybe they're softer than they really, you know what I'm saying, want you to think, you know? But we should focus on the future and the current instead of the past. And oh, we came from 400 years of slavery, and they chopped off our beef sticks and log nuts and put it in soup and ate it. And hey, are they doing that now? I mean, not mainstream now, you know. There's probably some of them underneath the ground somewhere doing that, you know what I'm saying? Because best believe it's underground cities that look, I believe it's cities that look just like New York that's underground somewhere. But hey, that's another topic for another story. We're going to talk more about that when I drop the podcast, you know what I'm saying? Podcast is coming, you know what I'm saying? With the official name and title, everything is coming this year, you know what I'm saying? But we should focus more on the present and the future. What are we doing now? What are we going to do in the future to better suit our people, these so-called blacks, you know what I'm saying? These so-called Negroes, the so-called Negroids, you know what I'm saying? Because another thing, my thing is this, okay? None of you niggas know exactly what happened 400 years ago because you wasn't there. You was not there. And let's be real, black people. How many of your grandparents and great-grandparents have real factual stories passed down in your family about how they grandparents and great-grandparents told them that their grandparents were forced out of Africa, right? Put on ships, right? At a time where motorboats were not invented. Motorboats were not invented. So if you're doing any type of sailing, you're a victim of however the wind blows, right? And they took millions of people, right? And millions of people on boats and took them to America and did all this extra shit. How many of y'all really have had stories about that? None of your grandparents and great-grandparents have stories about being in Africa. Come on now. All you gotta do is go to your grandmother or great-grandmother if they still alive and say, hey, listen, what did your grandmother say? Chances are they're not gonna have no type of African stories at all. Wanna know why? Because they're a whole different tribe over there. They're a whole different kind of people, okay? Don't limit yourself to, okay, like, they say the oldest bone was found in Africa. Cool. That's what they say. You know what I'm saying? They also said that Bin Laden took down the towers. Same sources say the same thing. Did Bin Laden take down the towers? Is Bin Laden a real person at this point? So really, you really got to base it off of what your grandparents said, that they grandparents say, and they not going to have no stories about Africa. So yeah, like I said, man, I'm jacking that Black Future Month. I'm jacking it, man. I don't care what y'all got to say about Kanye. I don't care. He ain't perfect. He's highly narcissistic, highly insecure. But guess what, though? He's a person that thinks for the future and not trying to live in the past, okay? If you're a person, a melanated person, and all you can do is focus on the past and 400 years, where's our reparations, and you ain't actively trying to get your money up, you should shut the fuck up, okay? And try to be more like everyone else who trying to do something now. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.